It's been a while since I've done one of those, flights, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. But this time around, we're going back again to PlayStation 5 version. People ask me, why do I use the PS5 version? Well, first of all, that's the only version that I have. And quite frankly, that's the only version that I need because pretty soon we'll have PlayStation VR 2 option. And once they include PlayStation VR 2 update, well, that's it. I'm pretty much all set. Because I get to play this game on my PlayStation Portal and PlayStation VR 2. And I have two PS5s. And I even have one of my PS5 connected to the ultra widescreen, which works just fine. And I have one here in the office in the studio. So and now with the PlayStation VR 2 update coming up, are you kidding me? And the PlayStation Portal option that I have as well, but especially the PlayStation VR 2. That's the main attraction is the PlayStation VR 2. That's what everyone's talking about. And I don't know when it's coming, but I know it's coming this year. The best thing to do is just keep an eye on their annual update briefing that they have, like a podcast or something. And there's this lady; she's always asking questions from the internet, and they answer those questions. So keep an eye on their update briefing, annual briefing update podcast that they have. I'm talking about the Asobo, and I'm sure they will let us know. All right, so this time around we're flying with a PC-12. People ask me, do I use a T-Flight Hottest 4 flight stick? No. I mean, I have it. I did a video on it. I don't use it because I just don't feel the need that I have to. I'm comfortable with honestly, this is convenient. But if you want that realism, if you want that, sense of like you are really controlling a plane with a thruster and a joystick, then fine, go for it. But to me, it's not like a unnecessary like ingredients that I need. Like this is more than enough. This controller, the ATC. When the ATC is talking to you, it has a speaker, and it comes out of the speaker. You can hear the voice, the ATC voice from the speaker. There's even a gyroscope where you can, activate the gyroscope and use it like this, and it works. A lot of people ask me, does it work? Yeah, it does. It does. It does really work. Okay, so, but you don't really need to use a gyroscope either. I think once you get used to PlayStation 5 controller, you're going to say, man, this is more convenient. Because the whole idea is you want to enjoy the flight, man. Unless you want like the realism, and you're so like serious about becoming a pilot, and you want like realistic experience, then to be honest, then you should go to the PC. If you want to go that route, go with the PC, because with the PC you got ultra widescreen. You can put 4 different monitors and have like a stereo surround monitor experience. You could build a cockpit. Then go with the PC if you want that super realistic experience. But if you're somebody who just like wants to enjoy flying like I am, and you just want to enjoy flying, I think this is more than enough, and it's convenient enough, and you're good to go with this, honestly. And keep in mind, I'm no stranger to Microsoft Flight Simulator. I've been playing Microsoft Flight Simulator since the original came out in 2020. So that's total of what, 6 years, man. I've been playing this thing since it came out. I still have 2020 version, but I obviously don't have any reason to go back to 2020 when there's 2024. And now it's on the PlayStation 5, and with the PlayStation VR 2, that's all I need, man. You know, the experience of this game on a PlayStation VR 2 is going to be fantastic because PSVR 2 is a really good VR headset. Great quality, great field of view, OLED screen, very bright OLED HDR screen, up to 4K resolution, 120 hertz refresh rate, eye tracking, haptic feedback, spatial 3D audio. Are you kidding me, man? Are you kidding me? And if you have a PS5 Pro, then the experience will be even better. People, this is what I keep telling people. If I do buy a PS5 Pro, because PS5 6 is not coming out till 2029, or maybe the latest early 2030, or maybe late 2030, like a holiday season 2030. That's a long time, dude. I'll be 50 years old. Actually, I'll be 51. 51 years old when PlayStation 6 comes out. I don't even know if I'm going to live that long. Hopefully. But, I'm not going to wait, 6 years or whatever. I mean, 5 years or 6 years. I'll be like 51 years old, like, nah, that's okay. Life is too short. I'll be okay with the PS5 Pro. It's more than enough. I think Yavi was telling me that he has a PS5 Pro. My subscriber Yavi, shout out to Yavi. He has a cute dog, like a John Wick. See, John Wick loved dogs, and he has a cute dog on his profile. But Yavi, anyway, he said to me, man, he says, I don't know what these people are drinking or smoking. They're saying that there is no difference between PS5 Pro and PS5. There is, and there should be, because it's that's the whole point of PS5 Pro. It's more powerful than PS5. It has more juice, it has more power. That's why Mark Cerny made it. It's a mid-generation, kind of like it's like the same situation with PlayStation 4. PlayStation 4 and the PS4 Pro. Why did I upgrade to PS4 Pro? Why did everyone upgrade to PS4 Pro? Because it was better than PS4. Then look, there's still nothing wrong with the original PS4. It will still get the job done. You will still be able to enjoy these games. You will still be able to play PlayStation VR original games. But there's a little bit of that performance that's missing. That boost, the little extra performance. So and better upscaling. You can run games at a much higher resolution on a PS4 Pro versus PS4. So same thing with the PS5. It's the same exact thing. With the PS5 Pro, they're giving you that extra juice, that extra boost with the PSSR, so you can, enjoy a game like this at a better performance and better, higher resolution. And it will certainly take the advantage of PlayStation VR 2. So that's my whole point I'm trying to make here. That's one of the reasons why I want to get PS5 Pro. It's because of this game. Because I have a PlayStation VR 2, and I want to make sure that I have the best Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 experience on the PlayStation VR 2. Because of this game. I want to have the best experience with this game. So when I finally purchase PS5 Pro, hopefully by the end of this year, if the gods of money open up their bank accounts for me and write me a check, if I'm lucky enough, we'll see. I don't have a crystal ball. I'm just saying I have a plan to buy a PS5 Pro, but like, there's no guarantees in this life, all right? No one can guarantee you anything. That's the one thing I learned about life. You can't rely on your plans. There's no guarantees. Just go with the flow. Remember, it's like the tidal waves. Tidal waves come and go. You can't control them all. Go with the flow. Actually, Liam Neeson said that. I didn't. Sequel to the Ice Roads. Shuki knows what I'm talking about. Anyway, so let's take off, shall we? We're in Switzerland. Let's take off. Let's fly. I just needed to say a few things before we take off, okay? Because it's been a while since I have played on a PS5 version. And like I said, PS5 version has probably the best version because since the game came out, before we take off, I haven't had one single issue with PS5 version of this game. It never crashed once, never had any issues. I've done so many live streams, dozens and dozens, and I think hundreds of live streams. I've done hundreds of live streams since December of last year, all the way throughout January. So for a month and a half, I made like hundreds of videos, hundreds of live streams, and I haven't had one single issue, one single problem. It's all documented. It's all there for you to see. It's been working perfectly, and you can watch other YouTubers. They'll tell you the same thing. So the PS5 version of Microsoft Flight Simulator has been gorgeous. So why would I even bother with a PC version? When I got the convenience right here in the PlayStation VR 2 and the PlayStation Portal. All right, let's take off, shall we? Is this enough for me to take off? Look at this runway. They really expect me to take off on such a small runway? They must be out of their mind. Jesus. Okay, I guess we can take off. This is our Pilatus PC12.
Zurich Center, Babiaga 79er is type Pilatus PC-12, 2 miles west of Lima Sierra Papa Mike, 4300. Request flight following.
Babiaga 79er.
Squawk 1716, Babiaga 79er.
Oh, wait.
79er. Radar contact 2 miles east of Lima Sierra, Delta, November Bravo, 4900. QNH 1025.
We need to climb the altitude and we need to like turn around.
Roger, Babiaga 79er.
Welcome to Switzerland. The Alps. High altitude mountains.
Easy 2847. You're 500 below your assigned altitude. Climb and maintain flight level 300.
Don't worry, I am. It will only take a little while. You know, a lot of people ask me, why do I enjoy flying? Because it's relaxing, okay? It's a relaxing experience. It's fun. I can listen to Spotify. I can listen to my music while I'm flying. You know, sometimes, man, you got to learn to relax, all right? I think a lot of you guys under a lot of stress. You're constantly worrying about this, worrying about that, stressing about this, stressing about that, and it's bad for your health. Why worry about something that you can't control? And there's always going to be problems and issues. You're always going to have to worry about something else. You're never going to be like scot-free without problems. But it doesn't mean that you shouldn't enjoy your life. It doesn't mean that you shouldn't relax. Yeah, we all have problems. We've got shit we got to deal with. Everyone does. Even the movie stars have, okay? But that doesn't mean that they're going to like worry about it 24. Even Charlie Sheen says, you know, yeah, I have stuff I have to take care of. Yeah, there's stress. But it doesn't mean I'm going to like worry about it 24/7. Doesn't mean I'm gonna create this like unlivable vacuum of life where I'll be under constant, you know, anxiety and panic attacks. Like, who the hell wants to live like that? Shit, man. Nobody wants to live like that. All I'm saying to people is you got to learn to relax, okay? I know what I'm talking about, okay? Don't act like you're something special, that you're better than me, or that. No. I don't care how much money you have in your bank account. You're dealing with stress. Okay, I used to work for billionaires, and even billionaires would deal with stress and anxiety. And they would ask me, how do you deal with anxiety? And then I would tell them how I deal with anxiety. And they would say, thank you. And here's $100, man, thanks. Just for giving them a tip. Like, here's $100. Because for them, $100 is nothing. They lose $100 every day. Like, they drop it somewhere. People ask me, what was my experience working for billionaires? It actually was a very nice experience, man. You know, a lot of people paint a picture of like celebrities and billionaires as like these, like, you know, pompous ass people. Although there are some pompous ass people like that, but not all of them. You know, see, this is what I'm trying to tell people. Don't put everyone in the same bucket. And I think this is the mistake a lot of people make. Is they want to put everyone in the same bucket, like that everyone must be the same. Oh, if they're part of the billionaire club, they all must be the same. Or if they're part of this group, they all must think the same. It must be some sort of a cult experience, you know. No, it's not. But if you watch the news, if you watch the internet and the news will make you believe, oh, that's probably how it is. This is why, to experience life, you have to travel. You have to travel the world, man. I had the privilege to travel the world. I had the privilege to see the world, to meet different kinds of people, and I'm very grateful for that privilege. Because what it did, it showed me that how wrong I was to assume so many things about so many different people, about so many different countries. How wrong I was to assume all of this. And then you realize, oh my God, man. Look, there's a quote that Stephen Greer made regarding the internet, and he's so right. And if you guys don't know who Dr. Stephen Greer is, he's the guy who did the disclosure. He's the very first guy who did the disclosure about the existence of extraterrestrial and all that. This is back in 2001, summer of 2001. And he, on one of the interviews, I have a lot of respect for Dr. Greer. Believe me, I know so much about him, and I have utmost respect for this gentleman, like the utmost respect, like 100% respect. And he actually said on one of his interviews, he said regarding the internet, like the stuff that you see and hear about extraterrestrials and all this other stuff on the internet, he says the internet, it's a like a landfill of trash. It's like a landfill of trash. You know, like where they dumped all the trash, like a landfill of trash. Think of it like that. And it's a collection of trash. You know, the garbage trucks. You're probably wondering, well, where does all that trash goes when the garbage truck comes in to pick up your trash? Well, they dump that on the landfill, trash landfill. There's specific trash landfill where they burn all that trash and whatnot, and then they sell that trash, to the farmers. They use it to grow some more shit. I'm not a farmer, but anyway, that's how it works basically. They need that dirt. They use it. They turn it into a dirt, and then they sell that dirt to the farmers, and they use that dirt, to plant the seeds. Yes, that's what I have understood. But anyway, he's basically saying that internet, it's a trash landfill. There's so much trash on the internet, and the sad part is a lot of people watch internet. They're on their phones. Even right now, you're watching this, but you don't have to watch me. But you're watching it. Why? I don't know why, but you clicked. It seems interesting. I don't know. Let's click. Because you can. That's why. And that's the problem with the internet. Because you can. Oh, why are you on the internet? Because it's easily accessible. That's why. That's the problem with the internet. It's easily accessible and anybody can access it. And now the biggest issue right now, it's the AI. Now with the AI, artificial intelligence. Did you watch the Brad Pitt Tom Cruise movie? Now with the AI, you can't even tell what's real, what's not real. Michael Bean talked about this with James Cameron. And you know, I'm terrified of AI. I already said that in one of the videos, and that's why I'm not so thrilled about Asha Sharma taking charge of Xbox. Because if you think that she's not going to implement or inject AI agents on the Xbox, then you're naive. Of course she will, because she's already given the green light by Satya. Why do you think Satya got rid of, Sarah Bond? I mean, Sarah Bond just got recently promoted last year as the president of Xbox, and all of a sudden she's gone. Come on, man. And then you got Phil Spencer, retiring. He could have probably put in like 10 more years. But why is he retiring? He's retiring, well, because he doesn't want to be part of this new direction of AI. Because he doesn't want his name to be echoing with that. Because he knows his name will be always mentioned. No matter what happens with the Xbox, if he's still in the Xbox division, that his name, Phil Spencer, will be mentioned no matter what. And I don't blame Phil for leaving. I don't blame Sarah Bond. Matt Booty, he needs the money. He's the yes man. I don't blame him either. Hey, look, man, if I was in Matt Booty's position, hey, man, it's pretty rough out there finding a job, and hold on to whatever job you have. So he's like, hey, I'm getting promoted. I'm the yes man. It is what it is. You can't really blame Matt Booty. You can't even blame Asha Sharma. Look, man, if the opportunity arises, you would take the opportunity as well. Even though it's AI, hey, look, man, money's money. You need money to survive. I need money to survive. We all do. So I'm not like judging people for taking certain jobs that they don't like just so they can pay the bills and survive. I totally get it. I totally understand. I'm not like oblivious to that. Well, people say, well, why did I quit my job of sales? Because I have principles. I already told you I could have made a lot of money doing sales, but I have principles. You see, I'm like Phil Spencer. I think Phil Spencer has principles as well. He's like, yes, I could make a lot of money by staying on the Xbox division, and doing this whole AI thing and reading the teleprompter and telling my fans all the BS, But he chooses not to do that because he has principles. I also have principles, My principles are very important to me. Before my father passed away, he always told me, my father passed away from cancer at age 62, very young. And before he passed away, he told me, in a hospital bed, he was holding my hand and he said, never lose your principle. Never forget who you are. Never sell yourself. Never sell yourself out. And he's absolutely correct about that. And that's the principle that I made promise to my father, and I'll never break that principle. You have to have something. You have to have some sort of principles, core principles. Because if you don't, then what are you then? That's why I cannot be around people who have no core principles. I cannot be around people who don't have a faith. You gotta have some sort of faith, man. How do you wake up in the morning without having any kind of faith? What moral principles do you have when you wake up? You gotta have some sort of balance and core principles and some sort of a faith. I don't care what you believe in. Just believe in something, But you have to have some core principles and core values of some sort of faith. But that's just me, I mean. But anyway, what was I saying? I lost track of my thought. Yeah, getting back to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Look, man, I can fly these planes blindfolded. I've been flying these planes. People ask me, could I fly these planes in real life? Well, You can ask my friend Dominic, and he'll tell you. I think Dominic is the best person to ask that question. It's either Dominic or you can ask Limon, CW Limon. You guys know who Limon is. He was the Air Force pilot. Or you can ask his friend Ganki, who was the U.S. Navy pilot, F-18. They both flown F-18s, but Limon was mainly F-16, I believe F-16. So you can ask either Limon or Ganki or my friend Dominic, and that's the question for them, because they know the difference between what it's like flying a real airplane versus a simulator. And yeah, of course, I'm pretty sure there's a drastic difference. Obviously, there's a drastic difference. And but what I will say about this, I think Microsoft Flight Simulator, it's a great simulator for your kids. Like, if your kids have an interest to become a pilot, I can't think of a better gift that you can buy them than Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. With a flight stick controller, you can get one of those cheap, Thrustmaster T-Flight Hot S4 controllers, and I can't think of a better gift than Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Welcome to Switzerland, guys. You do not want to get lost here in Switzerland. Look at these mountains, man. You get lost here, man. Oh, Lord.
Bobby Yaga 7, 9er contact Vienna Center on 124.4. Good day.
Going to 124.4, Baba Yaga 79er.
Alright, Baba Yaga 79er. Look at these Alps, man. Look at this. This is just insane. And this is real. This is like some generic version of Alps or generic version of Switzerland. Switzerland is just above northern Italy. Okay? And it's right next to Austria. So, northern Italy, next to Austria, next to Germany. Switzerland, man, is beautiful. But, man, you get stuck here alone in this mountains of Alps, in this wilderness, man, it ain't gonna be easy. Same goes for the Alaska or for the northern Sweden in Norway. If you get stuck in northern Sweden, Norway, I'm sure it's not a pleasant place to be. Same thing with the Iceland. You get lost somewhere in the Iceland, any of those places. Central Australia, forget it. Forget it. And of course, Alaska, obviously, you do not want to be lost in there either. Because the Anchorage is like the only like a big city there. Everything above Anchorage, man, is like, forget it. Some small towns, like maybe 200, 300 people. Some small towns, very small towns. It's like a little community. But like everything else above that, north of Anchorage, it's just military Air Force bases, and just mountains of mountains and mountains of forest and bunch of giant Kodiak bears. They're like nothing better than to eat humans, right? Taste of flesh they love. I mean, so it's like, good luck, man. So, well, you certainly don't want to get lost in Alaska, okay? You have to respect the nature. Same goes for Siberia, with those Siberian tigers and those Russian giant brown bears. Yeah, you don't want to get lost there either. Especially those Siberian tigers, man. They're huge. I mean, when I say huge, man, I'm not exaggerating, man. They're like They're like horses, man. They're like size of a horse, man. They're huge. Huge cats, bro. Like a size of like a pickup truck, man. They're freaking huge. Like, you stand no chance, bro. So, it's important for people to respect the nature, okay? The minute you stop respecting the nature, it's the minute when bad shit happens. Alright, this video is about 30 minutes. I kind of went off track talking about something else, but look, man, look, what can I say about Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 on the PlayStation 5? It's great. It's amazing. I haven't had one single issue with it. It runs great. I can't wait for the PlayStation VR 2 to play it on the PlayStation VR 2. That'll be an amazing experience. PlayStation VR 2. That's going to be a game changer. Trust me. I know it's going to be a game changer because I know how good the PlayStation VR 2 really is. So I can't wait for the PlayStation VR 2. And, of course, if I have some money, if the gods of money write me a check, maybe I'll be able to buy PS5 Pro this holiday season. Hopefully. Keep my fingers crossed. Or maybe if people start subscribing to my channel, start helping me out, maybe I'll be able to save some money and, save money for PS5 Pro. Maybe Ponies will help me, Hey, Ponies, if you want to see me play PS5 Pro, you can help me. And you don't have to spend a dime on me. All you have to do is just subscribe. Think about that, Ponies. All you have to do is just subscribe. And you can help me. If like millions of you subscribe, millions of Ponies subscribe, I'm telling you, I'll have enough money to buy a PS5 Pro. So if you want to see this bozo, whom you love so much, play your favorite PS5 Pro and test all those PS5 Pro enhanced games, including, of course, Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 with PlayStation VR 2, you can help this bozo. You can help this bozo. You can help this sad Xbox shill. You can help this sad Xbox shill buy a PS5 Pro. Just in time for Christmas. Christmas 2026. Okay? But don't expect me to buy it out of my own cash. I don't have any money. Anyway, so that's the video. I'm sorry that it's 33 minutes, but I really felt like there's so much I needed to say. And I hope you guys will enjoy this video. Because when I make these videos, I don't want these videos to be boring. I feel the video needs to be engaging. There needs to be some sort of a substance. It's not just me flying around and, repeating the same thing, telling you how great the game is. It has to be natural conversation. It has to feel like there's more to this video than just me flying, But it's good to revisit. It's good to, come back. It's been a while. And like I said, PS5 version looks great, plays great, no issues, no problems. Can't complain, really. Alright, well, it's been 34 minutes. Thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video.